A very good evening to all our viewers and welcome to this week's edition of The Agenda. My name is Toivan Jabela, your host. Tonight we are very honored to have in studio the outgoing ambassador of China to Namibia, Zhang Yiming, to talk to us about his time in the country and the future of Namibia and China relations. Ambassador, we are greatly honored to have you here. Thank you for making time.
No, the honor is with me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful. So time flew so much, so fast. You came here 4 years, 7 months ago, and it was like yesterday when you arrived. So you are already living. What are you most proud of in terms of your work in Namibia during this period of your tenure here?
Well, as a Chinese ambassador to Namibia, my major responsibility or task is to play a positive role as a good bridge in between our two governments and two people. Mm-hmm. And I'm very pleased to say today that in the past 4 years and 7 months during my posting to Namibia, now I have seen the encouraging development of our bilateral relationship. The interactions at the top level between the two heads of states is increased, and the political mutual trust has been further strengthened, and the practical economic trade cooperations further expanded, and more importantly, in my view, that people-to-people's contact exchange is full of the many highlights, including today's interview by you.
Yes.
I can say this also is the people-to-people's exchange. The public opinion on China, on Chinese nationals in Namibia, has been improved dramatically.
Yes.
So this is the very positive achievements. I'm very proud of it. But of course, these achievements is not because of me. I only have done very little. I think the contributions mainly because of the two heads of states, their guidance and strong support, of course, and the hard workings from the line ministries between the two countries, and the media. I have to say the media in Namibia, including the Sun Group, they have played a critical role in strengthening and cooperating China-Namibian relationship. I am very honored, be honest, to be posted to Namibia. It's my second posting in this beautiful country.
Where was your first one?
10 years ago, I was number 2.
Here? Still?
Yes, but only 2 years. I never expected to have a chance again to return back to be the ambassador here. So it's like a gift from... so I cherish this rare opportunity and the trust and assigned or responsibility assigned by my president and the government. Namibia is one of the most beautiful, charming and peaceful country in Africa, and we enjoy the excellent relationship since your independence. So that's why I'm lucky here.
Yes.
I recall the 4 years and 7 months posting in Namibia. There are many exciting, unforgettable experiences. I've been able to engage with friends, people from all walks of life in Namibia, in this government, regional, leaders, tribal leaders, church leaders, or media friends. Well, I think it's a precious, beautiful memory in my diplomatic career. I spent nearly 7 years here in Namibia.
Altogether, including
and I proud to say that I have traveled or visited all the 14 regions, many runs. Even including the far east end of the territory of Namibia, in Palila Island. I visited there twice to inaugurate the the ceremony of donation of the hostel of the only one combined school in Pelila Island.
Wow.
And my embassy also, we donated some medical facilities for the clinic on that island.
Wonderful.
So this is all the beautiful memories as the ambassador. And I never forget the great hospitality
Yes.
that the Namibian friends,
Yes.
up to the president, vice president, ministers,
Yeah.
down to the earth that an ordinary Namibian people, these young learners, they give to me. I remember when I visited Oshikango
Yes.
a few years ago to present the Chinese ambassador scholarship.
Yes.
There's also some young learners, their parents line up, singing, and presented their homemade mahangus,
Yeah.
homemade beer, and handmade baskets to me to express their gratitude.
Yeah.
I never forgot that exciting moment. So
Wonderful.
it inspired me
Wonderful.
to do more for our relationship.
Indeed, Ambassador. Thank you very much for that elaborate answer. You visited State House this week to bid farewell to President Hage Geingob, and he was also very cordial in his engagement with you, saying very positive things about China and the respect that China accords African leaders. He was giving an example of how elsewhere in the world, African leaders are made to meet with deputies, but we know, for example, that in 2018, the president of China met with President Geingob and they walked on the red carpet. Does that speak then to just how cordial the relationships are between the two countries?
It's absolutely. You know, the cornerstone of China's foreign policy is guided by the 5 principles of the coexistence. It's a long-standing foreign policy of China. And the core of these 5-point guiding principles that mutual respected and equal-footed and the win-win cooperation. This is the guideline for China-Namibia relations as well as China-Africa relationship. Comrade President Hage Geingob very kindly, he mentioned that he recalled the memory when he paid the state visit as well as the Beijing Focus Summit in year 2018, that he was deeply touched by the hospitality extended by President Xi Jinping and the Chinese government. And he told me many times that you see, President Xi Jinping spent hours, 9 hours, sitting together with all the African head of states around one round table and greet the head of state of Africa one by one. This is the reflection to our philosophy, culture, and foreign policy that we respect our friends. No matter it's a big country or small nation, we are equally.
Indeed.
So in my view, China and Namibia, we are all weather friends. Dated back to the first day when you realized the independence in 1990.
Yes.
But to date, 3 decades already, I think we have entered into a new era.
Yes.
2018 is, I think it can be a milestone.
Yes.
The state visit of President Hage Geingob to China. In that state visit, the 2 heads of states jointly announced to elevate China-Namibian relationship to the new high, which we called strategic comprehensive partnership and cooperation. This is the highest level in China's foreign relations with other countries. You know, we have 53 African countries who has the diplomatic relationship with China, but only 1 dozen is enjoyed the highest level relationship with China. Among them, one of them is Namibia.
Wonderful. Wonderful, Ambassador. You spoke earlier about how the perceptions of Chinese nationals has improved in the eyes of the Namibian public. And that happened mostly during these past 4 years that you've been here. I'm just wondering, Ambassador, what is it that you have practically done to sort of improve this? Because I remember there used to be a lot of, headlines in the newspapers about, poaching and people appearing in court and all this. But the extent to which that has been happening has dramatically declined. What did you do in your embassy?
It's a good question. Actually, when I preparing my luggage, I found this article. I bring for you.
Yeah.
This is an article published by New Era newspaper on August 2017.
Yes.
And the article highlighted me.
Yes.
And give a high expectation on a new Chinese ambassador.
Yes.
Because before I came to Namibia, because of some reasons, our ambassadorship to Namibia was vacant for nearly 1.5 years. And that period of time before my arrival is quite challenging, be honestly. You are right in saying that, you see the newspaper that's even saying Ambassador Zhang will face the challenges of wildlife crimes implicating some wayward Chinese nationals.
Yes, yes.
It's true.
Yes.
It was true. Because I used to work here 10 years ago, I have a sharp comparison. The environment and the public opinion on China, on Chinese nationals, is slightly different when it's different. There are a lot of the negative headline newspaper reports on Chinese nationals who are involved with the illegal poaching or some other illegal behavior. And that seriously undermines the image of China and also has this very negative impact to our relationship. So for me, it's the first priority to do the subtraction first. Subtraction means for those negative things.
Yes.
It's my highest priority to eliminate, to get rid of them. So what we are doing, I recall, I myself and our embassy staffs, we focused on the education about the Namibian law and regulation in terms, that is a law regarding the immigration, labor force, or tax, to educate Chinese nationals who residing in Namibia, doing retail or small wholesale business, including Chinese companies. And we discipline all the Chinese nationals very clearly that you are here, you must comply with the Namibian law and the regulation to be a good citizen of Namibia. And you represent Chinese.
Yes.
I think that through the joint efforts, and of course, the line ministries, such as the Ministry of Finance, also they're very kind. They collaborate with my office to organizing some workshop to introduce the relevant law and regulation to our business community and the Chinese companies. So this is one thing we have done. Secondly, for those bad apples, every country you will find bad apples.
Yes.
Even in China, we also some very few Namibian bad apples. Here, same. My attitude is clear. We will never, as the ambassador of China, I will never defend those bad apples who conducted a crime here must be punished in accordance to Namibian law.
Yes.
But I trust that Namibian law, you are independent, you are serious, and you will never abuse the power.
Yes.
So we have to defend our relationship and the image But I have to emphasize that the bad apple
Yes.
is very few people, very few individuals.
I hear you.
They never represent the entire Chinese business community. They never represent the image of China.
Yeah.
So I appreciate the government of Namibia, the law enforcement of Namibia, including the prosecutors.
Yes.
They are very impartial, very objective, and including the media.
Yeah.
Also, you are very objective.
Yes.
So through these joint efforts, I think that you know better than me.
Yeah.
Now the negative news reports
Yes.
regarding the Chinese nationals involvement of the poaching
Yeah.
declined,
Yeah.
or it nearly is vanished.
Yes. Indeed.
And I myself, I read your newspaper every day. For any single negative report on Chinese here,
Yeah.
I'm serious. I will send my staffs to investigate immediately. For those who conducted wrong things, we will request or ask the company or Chinese nationals to immediately correct.
Indeed.
Or if it's the misunderstanding, we will engage with the media to tell the truth.
Indeed.
So it's changing. I think that this is the subtraction I do.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I think that we should do some possible to
Yeah.
do something add to our relationship, practical cooperation.
Yes.
A lot of the projects on the pipeline,
Yeah.
the airport road,
Yes.
the 4 rural schools. This is a donation from Chinese side.
Yeah. We'll go for a quick break, Ambassador. Very, very good point. Hold that thought for me, and then we continue. Yes. So we go for a quick break. We continue our conversation with Ambassador Zhang Yiming. He's the outgoing Chinese ambassador. His Excellency, you were going into a very exciting conversation before the break, and that is sort of some of your activities to empower the communities here. Obviously, in Namibia, when you have this relationship with a country like China, a huge economic superpower, you hope that that relationship will translate into also the economic benefits of both countries, and especially for a smaller country like ours. What can you tell us about how China is helping to uplift the economy of Namibia or the communities?
We have an excellent political relationship, which is joint legacy for our two countries. But I think now we are at the new century. What we should do more is to consolidate the foundation. So the economic cooperation is very important, essential. My government always attached great importance to support friendly countries like Namibia. I will not repeat those projects we have already done in the country. What I want to say that for most of the infrastructures in Namibia, road, airport, port, harbor, or even cyber network, it's done by Chinese companies, most of them. And we donated, Chinese government, we donated some landmark projects for Namibia. Currently, we are busy constructing the new airport road. It's 20 kilometers long. It's grants. Total volume is around 1 billion Namibian dollars. And we, end of this month, we'll start the groundbreaking of the 4 rural schools. This is also another donations. In Kavango West region, 2 schools. Another 2 is in Zambezi region. And we also were going to start the construction of the ground satellite data receiving station in the northern industry park out of the Windhoek to support Namibians' weather broadcasting capacity and the remote sensing for your natural resources. So this is the concrete support. And the last few months ago, China have offered the new grants around 400 million. It's 10 billion Namibian dollars grants. This money will be utilized on the projects that are urgently needed by the Namibian government. 400 housing project. 200 is Grootfontein, another 200 is in Copabis. So we are busy to finalize. I also would like to, through this platform, to inform you that I'm waiting. We are ready. But I hope that Namibian ministries and the local governments can also support us to implement. Implementation is very important. So this is a concrete examples. You see, in my view, since I came here, I found that Namibia is changing in this very important transition period. Be honest. So I think that as a friendly country, we should not do government-to-government cooperation, and we should also focus on the livelihood of the grassroots people, like the basic education sector, public health, poverty alleviation, and the women youth empowerment.
Indeed.
So I have done some projects. I initiated the Chinese Ambassador Scholarship. There are 35 schools benefit, more than 600 young learners benefit. We start the project, Panda Loving Heart School Bag project. 50,000 young primary school young learners throughout the country benefited.
Wonderful.
We also do the green theme projects in Kavango East, West, Zambezi, and Kunene regions. So we will do it. I think that through these kind of the small projects, it's not a big money, small projects, at least to let the grassroots people and the remote, especially people living in the remote areas, to benefit from the excellent relationship between Namibia and China. It's our concrete support from a different angle.
Indeed, Ambassador, thank you very much for that. When you speak about the projects, that this huge multi-million dollar projects that the Chinese companies are involved in, when Namibians hear that, some Namibians think that China is occupying space that they think should have been occupied by them. How do you respond to these kind of things? I mean, you spoke about grants, for example, that China extends to the Namibian government. How are those grants structured? Because people think, I mean, a lot of times the Namibian government had to issue statements to say, because they felt maybe Namibia is being the debt to China is increasingly becoming more, and Namibia will then owe China and be in the hands of China. This kind of perceptions, how do you just allay the fears around that?
There's always some wrong perceptions on China's economic presence in Africa, in Namibia. Well, to be honest, or to be fair to say that we are not the first to arrive in this continent. We are late. We come late. Right? We only came to Namibia, to this continent, I think, after year of 2000, since the first Focus Summit was held in Beijing. But the China's influence, economic influence, in this continent increased dramatically, very, very fast, because of practical requirement from our African friends. you welcome us here
Yeah.
because Chinese companies, we have the technical know-how or hardworking spirit.
Yeah. Yeah.
This country, you have a different contractor for example, like the road.
Yes.
But I can say, Chinese companies, if they got the tender, they will always to finish the project earlier and cheaper. I think the government, they are smart.
Yeah.
Our ministries. So it's, should be reasonable and objective to say that the government, why the line ministries give the offer or the tender to Chinese companies because of their outstanding performance, not because of we are Chinese.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are equal contested. But I understand the feeling. I understand the feeling that because of our emerging economic presence, some business used to dominate
Yes.
by some small groups, interest groups, they might feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I fully understand. But the God is fair. Once the God closed one door, He will open another window for you.
Yeah.
So same as here, we encourage our companies, either state-owned companies or private companies, to try their best to localize, to comply with the procurement law of Namibia and to buy the more materials and to recruit more local laborers. I give examples.
Yeah.
Nobody says Husab uranium mine.
Yes.
It's the largest single investment of China in Africa, $5 billion.
Yes.
Why this project is so critical, so strategic? It's important for you.
Yes.
Every year, this mine and the production, the value accounts for 10% of your total export. Namibia, 5% of GDP, and more importantly, it creates 2,000 permanent job opportunity for Namibia. And you know how much that the upstream and lower stream, the subsidiary companies, local Namibian companies benefit. They spend, this company buy nearly 3.5 billion Namibian dollars every year from Namibian companies here. But nobody saying. So this is a good example. We encourage our company to do more, to support the local economy. So it's changing. So we should be fair. I think that it's not bad for Chinese companies or other foreign companies coming here to change your country, to improve the infrastructure facilities, and to improve the working efficiencies.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you, Ambassador. What can you tell us about the loans, these grants? How are they structured?
Okay. I forgot to mention. You know, the loans, all the grants, every country, either China, Japan, or European countries, they always has their own regulations. For China, any grants we offer for the foreign countries, we do have an application that the project should be led by or participate by Chinese companies based in that country already, and also with the outstanding performance. Because of the quality of the construction, we have to be careful and responsible. If I offer the grants to the local companies without any responsible supervision, in the future, if any questions or problems created, China, we have to be responsible. So this is a normal international practice. It's the same. So we should not be blamed. But for Namibia, we have started a new reform. Because in Namibia, you are a good country and you have a very sophisticated management. So we have decided to change the rule. Previously, the projects that is aided by China must be done by Chinese companies and designed or everything done by Chinese. But now we changed the rule that the general contractor, the tender, will be organized and decided by Namibian side. This is the first change. Secondly, Namibian side will be responsible for the supervision and the whole procedures, which means you have to be responsible. I give the responsibility to you. You select from the Chinese companies based in Namibia who are credible, qualified. For instance, for example, the road, the airport road. We a few months ago, the Line Ministry has picked up one company out of the 7 other Chinese companies. Our embassy never involved. Be honest. So this is responsibility. We give the trust. We give them to Namibian government. It's a big change. But I hope this change can be understood by the Namibian public.
Indeed.
So it's a very encouraging change.
Wonderful. We go for the last break and then return.
Choose your Flex package with Paratus today. Sign up for ultra-fast fiber with the convenience of mobile LTE. That's 2 products in one bundle. It's new, it's one bill, and you can stay connected in more than one location.
For more information, visit paratus.africa/NA.
Always prepared. Paratus.
We continue our conversation in this last segment of the show with Ambassador Zhang Yiming. Ambassador, one of the biggest debates taking place in Namibia right now, especially in the ruling party, is the concept of socialism. We are told in Namibia that SWAPO is grappling with the concept of socialism with Namibian characteristics. China has socialism with Chinese characteristics. What can you share from the Chinese model that we can perhaps assess here and see if we can adopt it?
Well, what is the socialism and how to implement the so-called socialism with Chinese characteristics is a question I always raised by Namibian friends and SWAPO comrades. For me, I think it's a very important question. Any nation, any country must be self-independent and self-reliant. And it's their own people should decide which development model or path that mostly suits to their own conditions. And for China, you are aware of our modern or contemporary history. We used to be old Asian civilizations with 5,000 years. And we used to have many glorious dynasty, Tang Dynasty, Yuan Dynasty, Ming Dynasty. But coming to the Qing Dynasty, the last emperor, that's China, we declined, especially after the Opium War in 1840. China, we suffered the humiliating history of the colonization for nearly 100 years, comrade. So that's why I have a strong sympathy to Namibian friends and African friends. And in between this 1 century, Chinese are always exploring the different model. We tried many political systems. I can list the constitutional monarch. We tried, failed.
Yeah.
We used to try the parliament system, failed. We tried the cabinet-based presidential system, failed. Lastly, only 1921, CPC, Communist Party, was formed up. Within only 28 years, CPC led Chinese people through the difficult liberation struggle. The new People's Republic of China was established in 1949. And until today, 73 years, China has converted ourselves from a very poor, backward nation. We used to called by the Western media that yield man in the East. You know that it's a humiliation.
Yes.
To now we have stood up and become the second largest world economy and one of the most powerful nations in the world because of the strong leadership of Communist Party. The choice, the leading role of ruling position of CPC is decided by the history of China. It's the choice of our Chinese people. It's not a natural bond. But our party has a great sense of always had a great sense of the crisis, even today. Because we always consider the ruling position for any ruling party cannot be existed long forever.
Yeah.
You must concentrate on your original objective to be this people-centered policy. Then you can get the support from the mass people. So you see President Xi Jinping and CPC, what we have doing? We anti-corruption, we concentrate on economic development, and we discipline our party. So things we are doing only for one purpose, to implement the original objective of CPC. And the development model, socialism with Chinese characteristics, there are many wrong perceptions. But actually, you see, the public ownership has played a main role, especially those industries or business closely related with the people's livelihood, like the water, electricity, energy, or infrastructure, tobacco. They are controlled by government. This is we call the public ownership. But most of the other, we also have a mixed ownership, private sectors. This comprise of the basis of Chinese economy. We call the market-oriented economy. It's not a free, or it's a free economy, or it's not like a former Soviet Union planned economy. This is typical Chinese style. But we succeeded. Especially after China, we conduct the opening up and the reform policy since 1978. We remain for 4 decades high-speed growth, economic growth, with average two digital growth in nearly 30 years. It's a miracle. But meanwhile, China, we remain the political stability.
Indeed.
And ethnic harmony. So I think the China's model has been widely attracted by many countries, especially developing countries, including Namibia. I noticed that the ruling party, they have amended the party constitution in between last party congress, and the party school has organized some seminar. I welcome, but I want to emphasize any prescription, single prescription cannot cure all diseases. Same, our model is only one option,
Yeah.
for Namibia. You can learn, you can study,
Yeah.
but you should not copy everything. And you should digest and combine with your own national conditions.
Indeed.
But we welcome. So China, we have organized several seminars and brainstorming workshops to exchange the views. So
Wonderful.
I hope that SWAPO as a ruling party can insist on their manifesto
Yeah.
in the party constitution
Yeah.
to serve the people, deliver the service to the people, and to remain the ruling positions. But the performance, their performance for any ruling party, performance, it will be judged by the people, and people will vote with their own feet. I realize that the company president or the SWAPO government has urgently realized the challenges. So, but I wish, I have a sincere wish that this Namibia SWAPO government
Yeah.
can continue leading this beautiful country to
prosperity. Indeed.
prosperity.
Yeah. I have two last questions, Ambassador. The one is about just a quick one. There's a chance, very, very high chance, that these chairs that we are seated on, or the watch that I'm wearing, are made in China. And we imported them here. What is it that Namibia is currently exporting to China? I know it's a very small economy,
Yes.
but it would be nice just to give us a sense of what is it.
Yeah, let me. Some Namibian friends might have a wrong perception,
Yeah.
or misunderstanding that Namibia every year
Yeah.
import from China is more than Namibia's products export that to China. But I give you some figures.
Yeah.
Last year, year 2021, it's still, despite against the background of the COVID, our bilateral trade volume increased dramatically, 44%. And Namibia, you are in the position of the surplus, trade surplus, $300 million. We import more from Namibia, around $735 million from Namibia. And we export China's products to Namibia around $402 million items. So the trade, the surplus, 300 million is with you. You benefit. This is the whole picture. It's the whole picture. And the volume is increasing comparing with the previous year of 2020.
Yeah.
So it's marvelous. $1 billion trade with Namibia enable Namibia actually rank 31, number 31
Yeah.
among China's trade partner in Africa.
Okay.
In Africa. So this is one figure. Second figure is that, of course, I have to admit that our bilateral trade structure still need to improve.
Yeah.
Because the products we import from Namibia mainly are the mining ores, uranium, copper, manganese, or zinc,
Yeah.
or lead. These are the most part of the Namibian products. But now we have started to import more Namibian agricultural products, especially the beef. We have opened our market in year 2018. So the contribution should go to the president.
Yeah.
It's in between the state visit, we signed this agreement. And the other agri products, like aquaculture products, now start fish, lobster, crayfish, and the other hake fish also start to export to China. But it's not more. I think that it's a high time now for China and Namibia to export the way how to pluralize the products.
Yes.
And China, we are the second largest consuming power, and we are going to be the largest consuming market in the world.
Yes.
So we welcome high quality products of Namibia to be exported to China. So that's my responsibility, and I think my successor will continue
Indeed.
to deepen our bilateral trade and economic cooperation.
Indeed. The final question then to you, Ambassador, is do you have anything to say, maybe some goodbyes? It's Namibia's Independence on Independence Day celebration on Monday.
Yes.
Just in not so many words, maybe say something to the people of Namibia.
March 21st is a very important day for Namibia, and it's a historical day. Through 4 years liberation struggle,
Yeah.
Namibia, finally you are independent in 1990,
Yeah.
and you sacrificed the lives of more than 20,000
Yes.
freedom fighters. So this is the legacy of this youngest nation in Africa. China, we as the friendly country, we are proud of the achievement of this Republic of Namibia. President Xi Jinping just sent the message of congratulations this morning to his counterpart. I think it will be read out next Monday in Swakopmund. For me, it's hard to say goodbye as the ambassador to Namibia. I consider myself as the honorable citizen
Yes.
of Namibia. I have deeply attached to this land of the brave.
Yes.
I have so many friends. I am very grateful to the president, the vice president, and other senior leaders, all of our ministries and the entire Namibian friends for their warm hospitality extended to me. I wish to take this opportunity to thank you, the government of Namibia, the people of Namibia, for your friendship to China. And I wish that the Republic of Namibia will remain peaceful, harmonious, and prosperity, to be the role model in Africa.
Yeah.
Wherever I will go to take a new assignment, I will keep following
the development
of Namibia.
Indeed.
Thank you very much.
Ambassador, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for the wonderful conversation. I really, really enjoyed this conversation, and we wish you the best in your future endeavors and your postings.
谢谢.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. That was Ambassador Zhang Yiming. He is leaving Namibia in the coming weeks. He's been here for nearly 5 years, 4 years and 7 months, and he was just filling us in on his work during that period. Thank you for watching, and good night.